Hello fellow casters, this is Nami Moonlight with Legend Magics, and I'm finally going to be making my spell bottle videos. I'm only going to do two, because the third person asked me to hold off. They're not in a good place in their life for the bottle right now, so just going to do two tonight. This is the first one. And first one, we are going to be doing a bottle for prosperity. This is the bottle I'm going to be using. I've already cleansed it, smudged it, the works. Now, first thing I'm going to put in here is the person's name. I've already folded it up. This is their full name. I'm not going to show it, but it's going right in. Alright. Oh, just so everyone knows, I'm going to be using the number 4. This is one that pertains to this person specifically. So that's what I'm going with, just so I don't have to keep telling you that I'm using 4 pinches of this, 4 scoops of this, etc. Alright, next thing I'm going to put in is their birthstone, which is garnet. And use 4 pieces of this. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I actually forgot to show you. I do have my altar going. This is it. All set. And I make sure to set this up every time before doing a spell bottle. This is my circle right here. Alright, next thing is we're going to do coins. Now, this hole was not big enough for a quarter, so I'm sticking with pennies, nickels, and dimes. And because this is prosperity, I'm going to be putting a lot of seeds in here. Seeds are a great representation of growth, and since this is a prosperity bottle and we want to help this person out financially, we want to have a good representation of growth of money. So I'm using mustard seeds here. Mustard seeds. Gosh, I'm making such a mess. Forgot to close this. Didn't want that getting all over the place. My next set of seeds are chia. And this is the brand I get. I actually get this at the store. It's like $1.60 for all of this. It's a steal in my mind. So those of you who are on a budget and want to use chia seeds, this is definitely the way to go. And I also get the same brand for flaxseed, which I will be using next. And it's the same price. Alright, flaxseed. Now my container on the flaxseed was not doing so hot, so that's why I have them in a bag. Which is why I wanted to specify that it is the same brand as my chia seeds were. And my last bunch of seeds here is celery seed, just using McCormick. That's one of the things that's so great about stores, like regular herbs. You can find them there and it's not that expensive. McCormick is definitely more expensive than the brand for I got for my chia seeds and flaxseed, but that brand didn't have celery seed. Alright, so what we have next is allspice. Let's find that allspice. Sorry, I don't really have a lot of room to keep things organized, and I'm making 2 bottles today. So it was a good bit of ingredients. All right, I found it. Again, we're just going to use a few of these. Alright, next I want to use almonds. Oh, I forgot to say why I wanted to use the allspice. For money, luck, and healing. And for the almonds, I just get these from the store as well. It's a nice resealable bag, so I don't have to worry about rebagging it at all. I've actually never opened this, so give me a sec. And I'm using the almonds for prosperity, wisdom, and money. And I decided to throw a little bit of wisdom in here because the person I'm doing this for is a salesman. And, well, in that line of business, a little extra wisdom could never hurt. Alright, next I'm going to add some arrowroot. And this is to increase fortune and opportunity. Definitely useful for a salesman, in my opinion. I'm going to have to clean this bottle afterwards. I've actually never used arrowroot powder before. I've always had the herb, but the powder was all I had on hand, so had to go with that. Alright, next thing I'm going to use is bay leaves. Got right here. And these are a bit ripped up, so I'm just going to like do some pinches of it. Fez! Chill. I apologize, that was my dog. He's trying to jump up where all my witchy stuff is. Alright, next we got benzoin. And again, I'm using the powder form. Alright, next thing I got here is cedar. And I have broken up pieces of cedar, so this will also be pinches. Oops. Alright, next I've got some cinnamon, which is somewhere over here. Sorry, taking forever to find these things. Alright, found it. So I have actual cinnamon bark here. So I'm just going to take 4 pieces of this and throw it in. Now, next thing is dragon's blood. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I completely forgot that I wanted to tell you why I was putting certain things in here. Alright, bay leaves I'm putting in for protection, healing, and some strength. Because his confidence is a little wounded, being a salesperson, I thought he could use a little healing and a little strength. The benzoin I wanted to put in for prosperity. The cedar I put in for healing, money, and protection. The cinnamon was for success. Dragon's blood I'm putting in for potency. And this is dragon blood that I've ground up myself. This is not as it came, which is why It's in this big bag right here. Gotta love the smell of dragon's blood. Alright, next thing I'm going to add is ginger. This is ginger that I got at the store that I've dehydrated myself. Put a little bit more of me into this. And I got pieces that are about this size. And that's what I'm going to throw in here, about 4 of these. I don't even know why I said about. Exactly 4 of these. 3. Alright, next I've got ivy. This came in a really busted bag, so I can't really tell you where I got the ivy from. It did say on the bag, but it busted on me, so that's why it's in this. And I'm putting the ivy for protection, healing, and the ginger I put in for money and success. I'm not sure if I said that one already. Mandrake, I'm going to put that in for protection, money, and healing. And there it is. Okay, so I have actual pieces of mandrake root right here, so I'm just going to put 4 of them in instead of pinches. Alright, next thing I'm going to add is mint for money, healing, and protection. This is mint that I've dried myself, which is why it's in this old little pill bottle. Ooh, that smells strong. And it's so nice. So, pinches on this one. Alright, next I have, I'm sorry if I butcher this name, but it's mullein, spelled M-U-L-L-E-I-N. I am terrible at pronunciation, I apologize, but I gave it my best shot. And I'm putting that in for courage, protection, and healing. It's right here. Alright, next side I have here, I'm going to put pecans for money and good employment. Same brand as the almonds, nice resealable bag. These are chopped up pieces, not whole pecans, but they're good enough to just put 4 pieces in my mind. Fess, get down. Good boy. Sorry, that was my dog again. Maybe after I'm done making this bottle, I'll introduce you to my little pup. Alright, so the next one we got saffron. Now, when it comes to saffron, needless to say, it is fucking expensive. And this McCormick Gourmet was literally the only thing at the store. And it was cheaper than buying it online, but it was still fucking expensive. So I am not using pinches for this. I am going to use this as sparingly as I possibly can. And Spirit hasn't told me that that's a bad idea. So I'm just going to go with my instincts and just use 4 individual pieces, not pinches. Alright, so that's 2. 1. And 1. Yeah, and when I say expensive, this little thing of saffron, which has a little bottle inside, as you saw, was 30 fucking dollars. Ah! Can you say ah? Expensive motherfucker, but I love it. So that's why I use it sparingly. Alright, so that's our little mixture concoction. So far, we still got a little ways to go though. So I put in the saffron for health and happiness. Next I'm going to put in sage for longevity, wisdom, protection, and wishes. It's right here. And I got some pretty good chunk sage right here, so I'm just going to take 4 pieces of it. Next one I've got here is vervain, and I'm going to put that in for protection, peace, money, and healing. And specifically I'm using blue vervain. I've always liked blue vervain better than ordinary vervain. I don't know why, it just feels good to me. And for this I'm using pinches because I've got broken up pieces of it. It's arguing with me. Got it. Alright. Next I have violet, which I'm putting in for protection, luck, healing, and peace. I thought throwing a little bit of peace in there was a good idea, just because in the car selling business there is a lot of stress. So I thought a little extra peace would help him keep his cool and be better when it comes to his sales because he'll have a better attitude. Alright, next here I have yarrow, and I'm putting that specifically in for courage. And I'm going to do pinches on this as well. Alright, let me just check to make sure I got everything in here before I continue. Yes, I do. Alright, so next thing I'm going to put in is a tarot card. This is the Ace of Pentacles. And I'm going to fold it. It's not really going to fit that way. So I'm going to fold it in half first, because I want to make sure that this is as upright as I possibly can. So I'm going to make sure that the top part right here is going to stay upright. And I'm going to fold it like a fan. Like, you know those paper fans that we all made as kids? I'm sure all of us made as kids at one point. That's exactly how I'm folding this. It's all set. I'm going to just double check, make sure that pentacle is facing upright. Yep. And I'm just going to drop that in here. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is seal it. And when it comes to sealing, I use hot glue. I have used wax before and it didn't necessarily work out. It always gave me some issue. So that is why I use the hot glue gun, just to make sure that it stays closed. Alright, and as I close this bottle up, I'm going to say the incantation, which I said before I started this video. Incantations that I do are a bit more personal and have very much to do with the bottle and the person itself. So I'm going to keep this part private, so I'm going to pause the video for just a second. Alright, I'm back. And so the bottle is sealed now. And what I like to do is take some floss thread Now, I'm not sure if that's the right name, but that's what I've always called it. And this is the thread that you see people use for friendship bracelets. And I've used 4 different colors here, using red, white, black, and a color that looks a lot like garnet. I want to say it's like a really deep violet. I have no idea what the color is called, but it looked a lot like the garnet, which is the birthstone of this person. So I thought it very fitting. And this is just how I decorate the outside of the bottle. You don't have to do this. This is just what I do. And for this one, I'm getting the sense that I should just make it into a bow. That's just a feeling that I had right now, and I'm not going to question my intuition. So, bow it is. Alright, so we got a little bow there. And here I have my business card. And on the back I've written the incantation. And I'm just going to attach that right here as well. I'm using the same type of string, only I'm using green for prosperity. And that's it. That's how I made a prosperity bottle for this individual. So I am actually going to make a second one before I do this, but I also do a smudging on the bottles after the ritual is done. Even though I've done a smudging beforehand, I want to do a smudging which is using the herbs from my secondhand cleansing solution. I get the herbs out of that solution and then I dry them, and I'm going to basically smudge the bottle with those ingredients. So I'm going to make the second one, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to show it on video because I don't have a place to set up my camera outside. So that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you in a few minutes for the second one. Till then, blessed.